Here's the deal. I've been trying to figure out how to do these motherfucking videos a certain way, this, that, do. And it's just like so many other things going on in my fabulous little life to the point where I cannot do everything the same all the time. Okay? Understand me? And understand me well. But right now, we're going to get into these motherfucking videos, twin. That's what the hell we are about to do. Whatever way, form, fashion, we're going to do it. Saturn is in Pisces. All right? Just period. Just period. Y'all know I love astrology, and if you would like to know more, please follow my Patreon. But for right now, let's stick to the guidance. Heavy on it, okay? So the card, I'm using my archetype deck, period. My favorite. One of my favorites, okay? She don't even get touched that often. She just don't. She just don't. The card that came out, it's two cards actually came out for Saturn and Pisces, actually. And it was the shadows, okay? Or the shadow and the prayer. It's like the beauty and like content detail in these damn cards is just like twin. You can eat. Anyway. I heard one cycle. Let's get right into it. All right, my archetype deck is split up into several cute little categories: the places, the tools, the cells, and the initiation. Okay, the shadows. But first of all, we're going to actually start with the prayer because that's the first thing I seen, and the prayer is the tools. Okay. Saturn and Pisces is just like, listen. Saturn is the or like 10th house, you know, that's your career. It's in Pisces. You know, you're focusing on who you really want to be and why exactly you want to be that. Okay, how you want to show up, the way, like what ways you want to show up to people, to this world. You're really focusing on that, making sure that it's like better than you have had before. Maybe you could have been through experiences where it just wasn't cutting it to me. The people weren't cutting it. And you was like, you know what? It don't have to be like this. Okay. And since it don't have to be like this, what can I do to change that? You know, how can I change that? So it says offering to be of service, asking for guidance. So in these times, you could definitely need a reading. Heavy on, head to the website in the bio, okay, in the description, just period, okay. And not only that, you could be meditating, connecting with your ancestors, only asking your ancestors for guidance. Twin, I don't want to hear nothing else from no one else but the ancestors, okay, the gods, okay, the deities, whatever you work, the spirit animals, whatever you're working in, that's the only response you want back from whatever you're asking, okay. None more, none less, okay. And also you want people that are like that as well, people that are like-minded like you know, so they can all stand in alignment, so you won't be out here acting, looking like a fool, okay? And you will not psych yourself out, all right? Experiment with the act of bowing down, nearly all spiritual traditions make a practice of posturation. So devotion, that's what I heard, dedication and devotion. So if you don't have your altar set up right now, now would be a lovely time to set it up. And if you have one, now would be a lovely time to clean it up, get it more aligned to where you are at right now. Because this year was like a wrecking ball. It's like I literally see a wrecking ball like swinging from the ceiling and someone is hanging on that little string in between and it's just swinging between. It's like, look, long as I do not fall or fail, okay? And maybe you have learned that you will not do that this year. Shit, ain't no failure in me, twin. And if I do, it's like even in that, if I do with you getting back up, that is still categorized as having no failure at all. Okay, so it says the worship, the reverence, the homage. It's time to really hone in on what actually has gotten you where you are right now. What tools? What are your tools? You got some tools too. You got a couple of crystal, a couple of card, little altar, little something, little deity, little animal, little something. What do you have that's been helping you? Because baby, it has got to be more than Jesus Christ. Okay, something has really been moving the movement here, and we need to talk about it. What is prayer? When are we in a state of prayer and when are we not? Okay. And it's crazy because I was actually, I'm doing an event and I actually been thinking about if I'm going to still do that because twin. But in my, workshop class type vibe that I'm going to be doing, I'm going to show you how to meditate without feeling like you got to, No, meditation is sitting your ass down in this state where I'm at right now. This is considered to be meditation right now before I hit play. Okay. This state that I'm in right now. You need to get there more often with things in your life. Okay. In areas in your life, physically, mentally, emotionally, financially, and heavy on spiritually. Okay. To whom or what do we pray? Okay, archetypally, the practice of prayer has been with us since the dawn of time as a remedy for the self-centered thinking that spins us toward illusion. Yes, it almost like when you sit down and hone in on how you are going to map out your life, you exit out all illusions and distractions because you only want to focus on what you're honing in on. What's on that paper, so a lot of you guys need to focus on writing more, taking note, you know what I'm saying? Finding something to do with that pen in that damn hand. Okay? For real. Get out of this illusion. Prayer leads us beyond our ego as we move from our little story to the big one. Exactly. When you write down what you need to focus on or what you need to plan out and what needs to get done, you actually see the bigger picture as you're writing. Okay? And that alone, that little moment of gratitude alone should let you know to keep going on. That should be all you need. All you need, okay, instead of what someone else is giving you. You just gave it to yourself by sitting with yourself in many areas of your life, and that's all the ancestors are asking you to do, whether this is spiritually, mentally, physically, emotionally, financially. My grandma said heavy on spiritually. Some say we are in a state of prayer anytime we are not in the center of our own thoughts. Exactly. Others say prayer is a natural result of gratitude. Exactly. Perhaps it is simply surrendering our service, whatever prayer is for you. This card reminds us it is important. Get quiet, low, humble, and soft. Exactly. Bow and touch the ground as you touch your heart and lift it to the sky. Though it may be uncomfortable and at these times, nothing else will do. Exactly. Nothing else is going to do, because like I just said in the beginning, ain't nobody else going to solve the matter of the issue right now. It's something about the way that you need to sit with self right now. And it's crazy because in just a cute little hot second, Saturn going to shift into the Aries energy, if I'm not mistaken. Okay? It's going to do that around about February 13th. That's what it's going to do. It's going back to the self. So right now, it's almost like you on that ball. But in the midst of all of this, you're realizing one thing, how to get off this ball, and the fact that the ball is slowing down. Okay, it's slowing down enough for you to figure out how to get off this ball. Okay, so you done had enough of time to put it all together when you get off this ball. You done had enough, The next card is the Shadow. I think this is an initiation. Let me see. Okay, so the Shadow is the selves. Okay, heavy on the Shadow. All right, so it says revealing unconscious aspects of the self in the world. Exactly. So now, listen, all your fears are on display, because that's the first thing I thought about with somebody being on their ball. Scared as hell, twin. Like, why exactly are you scared? You actually got something to hold on to. And if the ball slow down, you actually might be able to, I don't know, you might be able to cat this situation out. You know how cats always lay on their feet? It's something like that. But it's necessary for you to have to calm the foot down, okay? So it says the unspeakable, the unwelcome, the denied. And right now, I just did something, spell about unwelcoming energy. Right now, you could have a lot of unwelcoming energy around you. People that are the energy that just don't need to be welcomed with what state you're in right now, with where you are right now, with who you are right now. They don't need to be welcomed, Although every card in the archetype deck has a shadow potential, this card asks us to delve into the qualities of the shadow itself. We often think that the shadow can be purified, illuminated, and made right through effect and achievement. However, it is typically the case that our lofty pursuit of ascension and perfection is the very source of shadow material itself. Exactly. The fact that you are chasing, it's like they said, it's the material aspect of how you are choosing to live life instead of the gratitude aspect of life. So it's almost like if I was to, like, for example, I go live on TikTok and things of those natures for guidance. You know, the material aspect of being able to give guidance is the fact that I can get paid every time I pick up the deck. But the gratitude aspect of the matter is the fact that this has helped me, and I know it can help someone else. And that the fact that it helped me in the way it helped me, not saying it always gave me something tangible, but it showed me the tangible was coming. That's what I'm able to do for another, whatever it is, you know. So when you step outside of the material aspect of why you do what you do, who you are, then you will step into the gratitude aspect of the matter, you know. But we dive back in and out, like I said, of the shadow a lot, especially with this material world, a lot, because it shows us like, oh, you can have whatever you like. I mean, like you can, but to a degree, okay. And it's like the degree is make sure you have gratitude there, okay, like period. So by rejecting parts of ourselves in the world, we begin to separate from the whole. Rather than getting to know the qualities and content of our shadow, we busy ourselves with avoiding its presence. This is denial. When this card appears, it is time to take inventory of those things you've been denying. When the mind responds with no, anything but that, you are touching shadow. Find support for this deep inner work and move forward. Move towards the shadow with patience and compassion. So right now, your shadow is like twin. It's showing. And you might be like, you know what, that can't be. No, it actually is. And also people could also be telling you, like, that's not how, wait a minute, you know. Take time to introspect that. Take time to deep dive as to why that part of yourself even exists. You know, do you like that? Is that a part of what about that makes you whole? Is it whole? Is it offering whole? Can it pour into another's cup? You know, all of that is important right now. Deep dive. And Pisces plays no games. The lesson will be learned through prayer. And the lesson now is the fucking shadows. Okay? Just period.